Manuel Ayambila, Larry from Spintex, Kwame in Bachona, Nana in Spintex, Ajiman Joseph in Community 9, Professor William Bar Boateng, Henrietta Sweetie Lai from Bawe, Francis in Accra, Tojo from Tema New Town, Lawyer Martin Pewu, Dr. Udru Osai, Professor Bafo Ajimandia, congratulations to you, new board chairman Snit, Saberima and Sansa Serku Manfihine, Chairman Asantua, ever faithful, ever sure, Nana Kwesi, but I don't know the location today. I don't know what Nana Kwesi's location is. International producers are signaling me that playtime is over. Cynthia Holland, thanks for tuning in. Sambat in Gulf City. Start the way we start. Folks, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, probably the only republic within our republic. And I say thank God it's Monday. Another beautiful opportunity to gather round to perform radio's finest ritual, a ritual that invokes our Ghanaian spirit, revives our patriotism, and with great descent, we are able to discuss sensitive issues regarding Ghana. Every Monday at this time, only on Joy 99.7 FM. Our topic today, folks, fighting Galamsey with legal obstructions. Fighting Galamsey legal obstructions. Let's all gather and make truth good. I was going through some of my old shows. God knows I have many. And I stumbled on one I did in 2005. 2005, folks. Can you believe? 10 years ago, right here on Joy. And those days, the show was on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Those days, the show was on Thursday at 2 p.m. That time, Malik was in SS, right? And so he would finish school and then run home to, come and listen to the show. He listened to the show, got to Legon, finished Legon, did his service, and now he's working with Gridco. Can you imagine? I show now Malik in Adenta, Echumi, SS, University, and now working in Gridco. I mean, well, that's telling. So yes, it was on Thursdays, 2 p.m. Now, this was what I said then, and it's still relevant, maybe. And I'll be reading verbatim, just a piece of it. Also, those days, I used to recap on the previous show before I go on to the, topic of the day. I would recap on what I said last week. And then you, the listeners, said the recap was eating into our time, so I should just skip the recap and then go straight on to the show. So we skipped the recap bit. So this was a recap, that I stumbled on. And I'll read verbatim as I said. You see, a tree hugger. So anything that destroys our environment really pains me. In addressing the menace, I look at it from many angles, but mainly the effect of mining on our environment. So I asked, what have we got to show for all these years of mining and the mass destruction of our environment? What have we got to show for it? First of all, we all agree that the main reason why we mine or allow it is because we want or need money for growth and development. Okay. What development at all do we want that it takes hundreds of years of mining to achieve? That till date, after all the gold that has been mined, you and I have not seen or heard about. So I said, the Great Pyramid took 30 years to build. Singapore went from third world to first in 1 generation. South Korea, 0 to hero, 1 generation. And they all did it without gold or destruction to the environment. We all agree that Microsoft and Apple, these companies are far richer than Ghana, and they don't have even a tenth of what we have. So how is it possible that we continue to allow people to disrespect our very existence with impunity? Blatant disregard in broad daylight. And still, we live in the hope that one day we will go to sleep, wake up, and all of a sudden some miracle will happen. I was particularly upset with some so-called Ghanaians who were lobbying for people to go into the Etiwa Forest Reserve, a forest that is a source of 3 water bodies. Folks, 3. The Brame, the Ayensu, and the Pra. Now, I strongly believe that they are mad, selfish, a bit stupid, or maybe even very stupid. My heart bleeds just thinking of it. Now, I must add that Alhaji Inusuf Husseini, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, says he will not allow it. And for that, I am very grateful. Alhaji, may God grant you long life and your heart's desires. Now, those doing the lobbying, ask your white friends if they will even put dirty oil in their gutter, what we call gota. And they are here to kill your rich forest, and you can't wait to sign it off. Shame. You make me sick. That was a recap I did. 10 years on, I am still here talking about the same menace, only this time it's even crazier. Folks, this thing called democracy, if we don't re-look at it and design it to suit us, we shall continue to pay the hefty price of it. Because somehow we are all just losing the plot. These days I'm older, so I choose my words carefully. We are all losing the plot. Galamsey has been described or tagged with all the dangerous things you can think of. Armed robbery, murderers, treason, terrorism. I mean, these are the height of all negativity and attacks on any nation. But the handling of it has not matched the tags placed on it. Folks, people are caught stealing chicken, 2 tubers of yam, somebody picks a lady's purse, and they are dealt with seriously through mob action, police brutality, and stiff sentences in the court. And their crime, folks, maybe just picked a woman's purse, maybe just nicked 2 tubers of yam and got caught. Get to the police will do their bit. They get to court, and if you're not careful, 5 years for taking 5 tubers of yam. 5 years straight, go. You're guilty. Yet when it comes to this danger, which we have tagged terrorism and murder and, I'm sure if nuclear bomb attack is, I don't know what it is, which threatens us all. And I'm talking, where life is at stake, where there are cases improving, where lives have been lost. We say, it's alleged. And they are alleged. They have to go to a court of competent jurisdiction for the court to decide. So the guy who was sat in the middle of the prau with the champagne, digging and polluting the water while he was caught is alleged until the court tells him so. We send them to court, they get their lawyer, back and forth, and then we stop following the case. Now, crowd, dear folks, if you're not from Ghana, you are sent back to where you came from. You don't have to pay for the distraction. You don't have to return the gold that you stole from the land. You simply go home and enjoy your loot. Folks, it sounds like a very good enterprise to be in currently. I know I may not be sounding politically correct, but think about it. We are grafting from morning till evening, grafting. You get your wages, and by the time you pay your rent and your electric, you're thinking, how do I even survive till the next month? Living on benevolence of people. And then somebody comes to dig up a parcel of land, makes thousands of dollars within a few weeks, and is sent home. Folks, so I'm saying it sounds like a very good enterprise to be in. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that we have seen happen? I don't know. Maybe somebody has seen a worst that happened to a Galamsey mob. To get few TV, action, hey, put a handcuffs on their son. They're sitting down quietly, neatly. I mean, it's like they're going to make Cerelac for them and add milk to it. I mean, just a crockroom. They're crockroom. Particularly the foreigners, sometimes they're even rude. They don't even understand why there's a more black Ramobabechino. If you read the body language, there's no remorse. It's like they are pissed off. They are angry. How dare you come and shackle me here when I'm busily digging some gold to send back to my town? Folks, maybe I should get a digger, hit the bush for 6 months. Who knows? Who knows? Folks, we can't stop Galamsey by chasing and arresting nearly 2 million people to send them to court. Where are the courts? Where are the holding prisons for remand? 2 million. And folks, I'm being very charitable. 2 million people. You want them to stop mining and you're going to chase them, arrest them, and send them to court because it's alleged. Yak, let's get real. Because this is what confronts us. This could happen if maybe 1 or 2 people were involved in it. 2 or 3 people were involved in it. Fine, it's alleged. Let's go to court and see. But when 2 million people have polluted almost all your waters, attacked all your forest, you can't go through this same process to say, I'm going to stop it by Yekwacheno, and he has a human right, and file a case at the police station, and then the police will bring them to court, and are you guilty or not guilty? Okay, guilty. In that case, you go on remand and find another 2 million people. Folks, 2 million people. That's like arresting the whole of Eswatini. Folks, it's like going to Eswatini and arresting every single human being there and saying, I'm sending them to court. Folks, when you arrive in Singapore, and I haven't been there before, I hear right at the airport, there's a big notice that if you're caught with drugs, they will shoot you. And when they catch you with drugs, they will shoot you. And so a journalist was interviewing Lee Kuan Yew and said, you were shooting too many people. Said, shooting them for what? I have a notice on my wall that don't bring drugs here. So he asked the journalist, why do you think they're still coming even though I'm shooting them? It's becoming too profitable. And so I'm not going to stop until their drug menace calm down. We have to be brutal. Folks, we have to be brutal because we are all at stake here. We are all at stake here. I mean, all our lives. All our lives are at stake here. And if 10 years ago I was here talking about this and I've come back to talk about this, am I going to come here in another 10 years to still talk about this? It will be on a different scale. Folks, check what happened in Sierra Leone. Check what happened in Liberia. You know what happens? They then form gangs and then they start owning regions. You have some guy saying, yes, I am, Guy Gold. And the Western region is mine. Nobody comes here. Not even police, not even soldier. By this time, he's armed his boys and he's there digging. And they'll be fighting. And then while they are fighting, the fight then breaks up into so many fights. So there's one group fighting because the chief's son was shot. They are fighting for their chief. There's the police also fighting because one of their men was... And then that's how it starts. It just spirals out of control. They are more than we have soldiers. They are more than we have the police. And now there's pump actions, going in and out like, ice creams. So they become a formidable force. Not confusion, basa. So now that we have the chance, folks, now that we have the chance, before they get grounded and start forming cartels and owning certain regions like how the mafiosos used to do and say nobody comes on this street, and it happens. Then it escalates so that by the time you have to stop it, it has to be a full-blown, all-out war. And it will set the whole nation back probably about 60, 80 years. And knowing how slow it is for us to develop, only God knows when we shall catch up. So, folks, maybe I'm pleading with us in the media that should the government decide to take action and not go by this alleged sell and this and that, maybe either we turn a blind eye or support them. But if we come here and say, oh, when you arrested them, you didn't read them their rights. Oh, when you caught him digging, then this is what would happen. No nation has ever stopped these sort of cankers by taking people to court. No nation. They take action. It is brutal, it is unfair, and it is vanished. For our own sake, for posterity's sake. For our own sake and for posterity's sake. So the brofuna dos, alleged, ados. If you are in the middle of the river, digging, there isn't anything alleged about that. Find a brutal way to deal with it. It should be very scary and dangerous enterprise to join in. But now it is like it's like Sunday school. If it's like a Boy Scout, man, you could join Boy Scout. You just wake up in the morning, just dress up, right in front of the town, and go mess up and come back and just enough. It's like literally joining a Boy Scout. It is too late. But before it gets even too late, I am saying the conventional methods of abiding by the laws and stuff like that will not apply unless we rescind ourselves to say, you know something, as for our water bodies and our forest, yeah, they are chum. It is your gift. It is your birthday gift. Go and damage it all and then come back and let us suffer. That's the other option. We have two options, folks. Either we stop them with brute force, or we sit back and say, you know something, this is our birthday gift to you. Have the forest, have the water bodies. When the gold is finished, come back home. When it's not finished, be there, have fun, make money. There's no middle ground. There is no middle ground. And so we have to take the decision now, or we gift our resources to them. Now, I may not be sounding politically correct. But folks, when you have 2 to 5 million people engaged in some sort of an illegality, you can't say that, oh, court bang. Now red light crime could do court on mapo. This is Tuesday. Simple red light and amber light. When I got to court, they say it was close to Tuesday. 2 million people. Can you imagine? Or you bring 3,000 people to the court to say, Judge, you come and try them? I mean, how does that work? But in the meantime, Shem is in Pram Pram. Hello, Shem.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How's it?
Well, I'm waiting to hear what you have to say.
I believe you know, Nana.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the pioneers of the people who started this narrative of shoot to kill. Water represents life. And if you go in there, in your greediness, to try and dig out a water body, to divert a natural water body, which has been in existence since probably the creation of the universe, you, because of what you are looking for today, which is gold, you want to divert it, and then you use the money to go and buy what? Life. Or you go and buy you import water. You see, we are treating this thing, just like he said, it's the perfect example. We want this thing to become a canker, so as it becomes more difficult to fight. So as we are seeing the things that going sideways and we're supposed to fight it right now, we are doing dilly-dally with it. And Ghanaians are fan of that. This should to kill, I'm saying. Let us see how many people will come here and come and defend it and say, no, we are being inhumane. But the people causing the harm, are they not being inhumane? We all know the chemical formula to water. Let anybody go and do water and let us see. You know it's H2O. We can't. So let us safeguard it. And the government, you see, past government, recent government, you know me, I'm never a politician. I'll never be NPP, I'll never be NDC. I wouldn't be. But if this thing is so profitable, why wouldn't the government open up a mining company, for instance? Why would the government do this? And they will tell us government is not in the business of making money. We are just here today. We just see the government, the World Bank has given us over $300 million. So if we are looking for this money and it's already beneath us, why would government stop all these people? You government, institute a mining firm or whatever, in all these areas, let them mine properly. You see, we are making it look like we lose trust in government, and the same government people are the businessmen have them in the pocket, and it's a cycle. And when they do this, it becomes just like any other area in the world where people take over and we can't do anything anymore. So we should fight this thing, shoot to kill. We don't say go and shoot a farmer who is going to his farm. If you see the person caught in us, shoot him. And those excavators, Nana, have you been to the harbor place? I was at the harbor somewhere last week, Nana, over 500 excavators.
Wow.
Parts all around. So I was so shocked, yeah. Some of all people couldn't even take out his phone and take a video. And my daddy was like, I do it one and the one packet away to video. Hey! There's no more excavators parts. I don't know whether they've been cleared to exit yet, but they are inside CCT, where the car terminals are. And now you can see them on your left and on your right.
Wow.
So what does it tell us? Is it that we are going to use it for construction? And then what are we going to use this for? It's definitely for Galamsey. Why are we treating it in that? We treat it, then we say we are going to see this, and then we are going to pass it. Yes, I go with that idea. Let us see it. Let us put some law. Then let everyone go for most certified construction, man. When you enter people's house, when you go to 26 in Tema, they are parked excavators, there are 6 in the field. 6. On the other end. Or your contractor, I know your mind. Oh, Nana, shoot to kill. Nana, you know my background. I'm in the military. I said this thing they give it to my guys and I, we will do this to my house once and for all. We won't bring anybody to police station. We'll shoot them and bury them there. That's all. Thank you very much.
Francis is in Katamazoo. Hello, Francis. Hello, Francis.
Yeah, no.
Let me hear you, Francis.
Yeah, no. You see, I think the guys were saying that when you see something, you say something. See something and say something. Look, Ghanaians are all aware that Galamsey is destroying our water body, destroying our land, and even killing people. Over the weekend, I think somebody fell into a Galamsey pit when he was trying to save somebody who was about to drown, and he ended up dying because there was a cave-in or something, and he died. There are national security personnel in almost every district in this country or violence. We've had ministers, we've had government officials who have gone into the forest areas, we've had journalists, we've had people travel along these areas. They see how polluted these water bodies are. There's been report of people giving birth with deformities, the deaths and everything else. And if politicians, right now I have to say politicians because personally I bashed the previous government very well for just Galamsey alone, for the fight alone. Okay? And now we've been very sympathetic towards the NDC government. The NDC is in power. I don't think they are showing they are putting the effort that the Ghanaians give them the power to do. Because look, people really pushed for NDC to come into power because we know they are going to do something. But I don't think they are doing enough. Now I'm all for shoot to kill because if people are that cruel to do that to us, if government ministers have been there, they know what is going on out there. The weapons are out there. A whole minister goes there, and even a police commander tells a community to rise up against people who have come to ensure that the pollution and the destruction is halted or stopped. Then it means that if we don't take serious action, just as you are suggesting, or seek our support, we will take the fight of Galamsey nowhere. And I think, as you said, we should give our water bodies and our lands to them as their birthday present. Thank you very much.
Thank you too, my brother. Thank you.
Hello.
Saint OJ is in Dansuman. Hello, Saint OJ.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Nana Ansah.
That's it.
Nana, I have been wondering, so this circle, when are we ever going to break out? You know the circle I'm talking about?
No.
The Jimmy circle. No, because look at what the young man who called, I think, two before me. We allow the excavators to come into the country. They get to the port. They clear it. They take it to the bush. They will chase it in the bush. Now, what is that?
Huge question.
It's a genius cycle. The thing came through Temahabo. It was cleared. It was taken to the bush. When it is now in the bush, they will look for money to soldiers and police to go and look for that same excavator we cleared at the port. Hey! You see, if you have not been to the Galamsey site before, you will not understand. Now, until I went through Prestia, Dadiaso, Takwa, and all those places, I thought the Galamsey was something in the hinterland, so deep you cannot see them. Only for me to realize that they are just by the roadside. When you are driving past, you can actually see that they are doing Galamsey here. And as soon as he tells me that we cannot fight it, we just don't have men in the system. Nana, I think maybe another time we will discuss this one. This thing called democracy and all the nonsense you are following is the problem. I am sure in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore can wake up tomorrow and say nobody is doing Galamsey here. And it is fine now. You dare not. Because here, the challenge is that the people you are saying they should shoot and kill, they are the same people who funded MPP and NDC political campaigns. The person they are going to shoot and kill are their very own. Now it's like I tell you that when you go home and you see somebody saying something bad about you, kill the person. I gave you a gun, and then the first person who came to say something bad about you was your son. Now I go to shoot and kill the person.
Nope.
So the same people fighting the Galamsey are the very same people fighting it. So we are just tickling ourselves and we are laughing. I'm looking for the right word. A joke of a kind is something like Ama Kofibua, who will watch something on the screen and then you cry. Hey, I think he's reading it for the first time. For the first time in his life, he is now seeing that there's Galamsey anywhere. It's a joke. And after the tears, he's gone back to sleep. Nana Ansah
Kwao probably not back asleep. Maybe he's there strategizing. But Nana Kwesi is in Hacho. Hello, Nana Kwesi.
Nana. See, this thing, during the election campaign, Mr. President, Mahama, you were heavy on this state of emergency in this area. So, what are you waiting for? See, Nana, the life will grow, but it looks like a grandma now. Democracy don't care you, but we will practice affiliation and partisan democracy, and then they practice your command.
In democracy.
Oh, yes, of course. So, if it's your person in power, a different story for you. If you are in opposition, it's a different story for you. And Yanka Krana, Yakana, Yeti, and belonging to here and here, no, we are the one who suffer for it. Even though these people they suffer some, they don't care because at the end of the day, they are making the money. These people are armed though. Nana, I think during the weekend I was listening to news on Joy and they were talking about how armed men guarding these people are firing at. You say, I'm just listening. I'm like, and we are playing with kid gloves with them. Say you, Ghana is a very fun country. It's a very funny country. Anyway, Mahama, if you are listening to me, you are listening to Joy this evening, we need a state of emergency in these areas. Our lives matter than anything. When earlier in their office, we have one of their district says that he was angry at a task force coming to an area, to a Galamsey zone, and they didn't tell him. So he was angry and he wouldn't allow them to go to the site. And this thing was in the news. They have audio all around. And Mr. President didn't say anything about it. So if Mr. President is at the Jubilee House and is telling me that, me, I have a very big question mark asking myself, say, who is panel? Fighting a team you now, you say you've established to fight the menace, who in your party fighting, what did you say about it? And do you know the difference it will make if the president in one of his addressing the nation mention this person's name and say that this is the first and last and the authority should deal with this person? Do you know the difference it will make? Do you know the difference it will make? It will send a very strong warning to everybody listening that Charlie, I don't know how much you only want to Charlie, it's serious, so it's steady. But what happened? But this one, and I'm more in the push. And I'm going to what it pains me is that we will suffer. Yeah, but they are coming to increase what electricity and water tariffs again. All because of some of this. Who is suffering? We are all suffering. We are crying. Yes, we are suffering. Maybe young Katanana, we should take guns and maybe weapons and go and chase these people. Because it looks like the people that we are trusting with power to fight this for us, it looks like they are not doing anything. Maybe they speak more grammar and the action here less. Anyway,
thank you very much, Nana Kwesi. Good evening to you, Mr. Stephen Aguilar. And good evening, Kwame Adum, listening from Sunyane. This one says, hi, Nana. In fact, we all agree with you. This Galamsey issue is serious. It's a serious one. 10 years on, it's getting out of hand. The question is, what is Ghana Armed Forces doing? Are we just feeding them and keeping them in our barracks? Can the Ghana Armed Force be handed over this fight and declare war just as a terrorist attacking us to the end of this menace? Francis in Accra, but on the phone is Abu Mohammed in Japan. Hello, Abu.
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yes. The government, they will not do anything. They will not do anything. Nothing they will do. You see, the Galamsey, the last time I was going to the DNA, and on that road there was a lot of police barriers there. And then the Galamsey guys and the police barrier, they are just like on a football field. The only difference is the police are the roadside and the guys are also in the bush. Not less than pole to pole. So if anybody tell me that these people that you keep voting for will stop this Galamsey, they will not. They will never stop it. When persuasion fails, force must be applied. I believe those who voted for this government, they will be highly disappointed. Because when they were in opposition, they said 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Galamsey will stop. How many weeks now? And you think you can fool the people all the time? You see, it's small. It's coming. People are dreaming with you to kill. Singapore, are we God-fearing than they? The last time, Kojo Yankee was saying on the Super Morning Show that irrespective of the wickedness of Adolf Hitler, you never heard of Adolf Hitler poisoning water. So, media, I've already taken my stand. I am campaigning for people to stop voting because you vote for these people, you empower them. Look at the money they spend. The last time somebody was saying that people go to church and the church people make people don't work. they are the political financiers. Where they don't they see Galamsey? Don't they see what is going on there? They should talk, and they are there say people to clap for them because they are giving enough holidays. They are giving holidays, Muslims 2 days holidays, so they should clap for you. Meanwhile, there are serious business they should concentrate on. In fact, like the other guy said, this is very, very funny. There is people you should go and rescue. You don't do that. You say you give holidays so they should clap for you. That's bad.
Abdul Mohammed in Chapo. Good evening, but I'm going all the way to USA, to Trump land, and speak to Kwabena. Hey, Ojam.
Trump is not my president. But all the same, Nana,
yes,
I am very glad you introduced this topic.
Mm-hmm.
When Nana Kofi said the minister, Ama Kofi Bua, was sleeping, you quickly came to his aid and said he was strategizing.
Mm-hmm.
No, so they changed their strategy from preserving life to doing things unsustainably. Nanda, you know that when you were in UK, I'm in the US, anytime I buy something from the shop and I read the inscription on the label, it says, oh, it's been done sustainably. It means they respect life.
Yeah.
They love life. They want to preserve life. So now the NDC strategy is that they're putting profit over life. You know how bad this Galamsey is. It's introducing new cancers, diseases that we cannot even fathom. We haven't even started how to research into these diseases, how to find new medicines to cure ourselves. Now the NDC has found it more profitable. So they set up a gold board. So all the profits are going there. Now this is very serious. And if we don't take care, right? Let me make one last point. Nana, in the United States, on the East Coast, right? That vast ocean, right? They've put in a law that you cannot do any deep drilling over there. So they don't care whether there's oil there or not. They don't drill for oil there. So what they are doing right now is they've installed wind energy to power their industries. So we need deep thinkers. We don't have deep thinkers in the government there. We need deep thinkers, engineers, especially the young people. They must be knowledgeable enough to know that these NDC guys are not a long-term solution to Ghana's prosperity. We need people like Alan Chamanting, but he's not attractive to the young people. The young people are only attracted to slogans. You know, so it's going to be a very difficult fight. I'm happy you are getting involved in the fight.
Thank you very much, Kwabena. Thank you very much, Kwabena. So issues like this, I try not to personalize it or compartmentalize it, because as soon as you do that, we lose the focus, because we are all at fault one way or the other. One way or the other. I mean, maybe directly or indirectly. You know, we all sat down and this thing confronts us, you know. And let me go to Kwabena in Accra and come. Hello, Kwabena in Accra.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Boko dear.
Nyamiadum.
Yo, Nyamiadum. Nana, I want to ask just a quick 3 questions. Don't answer them. Okay. You see, in the Bible, at a point, Pharaoh were chasing the chosen people of God. What happened to them when they got to the Red Sea? So don't answer. The other instance is there was a city called Sodom and Gomorrah. They were doing something. God was not happy. Something happened. We all know. The last point is God himself killed every human being on earth, with the exception of only 8 people. This is my advice to the president. Just as President Akufo-Addo was doing before on COVID time, he should take 1 week. Every day, he will come and announce that when you go to this forest, you will be killed. He should do that for 1 solid week. Every evening, he will use, my brothers and sisters, and then announce this to the nation, and then after that declare state of emergency, and then send the army of Ghana to the forest, and let's see what will happen. We all know that Ghana army, they travel to other countries to go for peacekeeping. If it is too much for Ghana army, we should bring other country army to come and help them. Nana, if we killed 1,000 people today and save our water for generations yet unborn, God will not be angry with us. God in heaven will not be angry with us. This is the solution to the Galamsey. Any other thing apart from this is a joke. He should announce it 7 solid days. Immediately after that, the army will be sent to the forest. If the army, Ghana army will compromise, which I know they will not, other countries will bring them to come and reinforce them. And I can tell you, this problem will be solved. Because if by 10 years, 20 years now, we are going to import water, this year import, if you will be mindful, we are not safe. To me, my point is that we killed 1,000 people or 2,000 and save our water. Nana, it's worth it. This is what I want to say.
Thank you very much, and I share your passion. Let me read this one this is Note by Nature. Nana, in a country where an MP refuses exit orders from an acting speaker and defies a bailiff, and the speaker also refuses to sanction, Galamsey fight is straightforward. Our military can mobilize to give sustained beatings in Achiaman, but Galamsey, we are yet to hear of confiscated gold, but we find and burn excavators. Note by Nature is reading serious points. Nana in Spinter says, Nana, it's only a military leader who can handle this illegal mining in this country. Remember under the military rule when we were asked to sleep at 6 p.m.? We did. It's a shame. But Claude is in Tema. Hello, Claude.
Yes, Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, Nana, I have a few issues I want to contribute to.
Let me hear you.
You know, the most destructive, the most irresponsible form of mining is the type of surface mining we are practicing in this country. You know, I said in the morning during the Super Morning show that there should be a policy where the only form of mining will be underground mining. If we are able to do that, you know, you are mining underground. On the surface, you can plant whatever you want to plant and still maintain the ecology. So I think that is a policy the government has to look at. The next one is the new task force that will be inaugurated very soon. What is the training of the task force members? When we have the police, we have the military. I even heard this morning, we have a riverine neighbor team that should take care of our water bodies. So the new team, are they from the police, military, or navy, or just people who have been picked to offer them jobs? We need to understand their mandate and where they are coming from. So I think you look at Takwa, Obuasi, what shows that there's gold there? No proper development, no any beautiful building like South Africa, Botswana, where they are doing mining. But Obuasi, Takwa, you go there, the roads are even bad. I'm just wondering. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claude. Thank you. Kwesi inside Ashiama said, democracy is not good for us as Africans and in particular Ghanaians. How do you explain why successive governments with all the resources at their disposal cannot deal with this canker? Government agencies like EPA, Minerals Commissions are quick to punish the mining companies but are unable to do anything to the illegal miners. Galamsey is now run on party lines, NPP Galamsey and NDC Galamsey. You are free to do what you want if your party is in power. And Ubia and to me, we need to change our constitution ASAP. If possible, get a benevolent dictator to lead us. And I see inside Ashia, man. And let me see. And it's 0302216540. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's my last caller. Sorry. Good evening, Nana, and welcome from Giorgio Mamfe Equiapim, my Best Monday program. Good evening, Nana. With the Galamsey issue, I'm sure the government is serious about it. We should kill them simply if they are found around the water bodies. From Giorgio in Mamfe Equiapim. I said, next time you see me in Mamfe, come and show yourself, own yourself up. Well, that was our Monday ritual, the finest ritual on radio. I am Nana Ansah Kwao. And I say, until the lions have their own historians, tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Ziggy, Oliver, and Anita. These are the international producers. Very soon, from next month, they'll be doing a lot of international production. They'll be doing a lot of intellectual production. And you know what? God willing, on Monday, we'll be back to do this all over again. Hey, Kofi Hayford is lined up some proper soul-searching songs to redeem and forgive us of our sins. Senior journalist James Aveje himself is here to give you your news bulletin, so don't you even touch that dial.